the promoter of the fight, the president of Sports International, and you spell that with an E, Limited of the Bahamas, the gentleman who convinced Muhammad Ali that this must be the way to go, and the place to do it is in the Bahamas. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. James Cornelius.
All right. Very proud to be here on behalf of Sports International Bahamas Limited, and very proud to be associated with Muhammad Ali.
Hey, Booker.
Thank you.
The next gentleman from the Bahamas is Cyril Ijema, who's one of the directors of Sports International Limited, who also would like to welcome you for a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here to welcome you all to this momentous occasion. I would wish, on behalf of Sports International Bahamas Limited, to really thank the government and people of the Bahamas for having given us the opportunity to grant to Muhammad Ali his greatest desire, which is to try to win the championship of the world for the 4th time. It has been a very long road from the day that James Cornelius came to see me in Nassau. And it's a great pleasure indeed to know that at long last we are almost there. Thank you very much.
The television and the distribution worldwide takes on a most unusual concept. To tell you about the concept is one of the 2 principal companies, the president of Select TV, Mr. Lionel Shane.
Good morning. The event that's about to take place on December 11th is going to be a very momentous event. Just by the mere presence in this room of all of you people this morning is overwhelming. We've had several press conferences over the last few months to promote the Hearns-Leonard fight, which, as you know, is one of the biggest grosses of all times, in excess of $40 million. And the press conferences that we held both in New York and Los Angeles preceding those matches could not compare, or does not compare, to what's happening here today, which brings us to the event on the 11th. We think that we have one of the finest fight cards in a long time, led by Muhammad Ali and Trevor Berbick, along with Thomas Hearns and Greg Page. We think that this is going to be a spectacular event. Sales are going far greater than we expected this early, and the requests are coming in from all over the world for the event. We're doing something different with this one, something different than has ever been done before. The distribution in the United States is going to be done through cable, pay TV, and pay-per-view along with open system events. In other words, some systems will be charging a flat fee and giving it to their subscribers. Other systems around the country are going to be charging a fee for the event itself. We expect the event to bring in a gross of between $10 to $15 million. And the gentleman that is sitting to my left and to my right are responsible for the great demands that are being placed upon us now for the event itself. We first started selling it just about a few days ago, and we have people calling in from all over the world for it. I'm very pleased to be part of it and associated with Medallion Films, who will be handling the international part of it. We will be handling strictly domestic, and we're off and running. Thank you.
Lionel mentioned Medallion Films. I'd like to introduce at this point the full partner in the worldwide distribution, the president and founder of Medallion TV, John Ettlinger.
Good morning. Thank you for coming out at this hour. Medallion is in its 30th year, and for those of you from international press, our director of international sales is right over here, Don Hine. Don was with ABC for many years. This is quite a partnership. Took quite a while to put it to bed. Everybody's finally very happy, a little tired. But it's a very interesting thing because Lionel Shane and I have been friends for many, many years, and here we find ourselves partnered with Select, and I think this is going to be a great event. Thank you.
All right, enough about the sales talk. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. On September 16th, 1981, two great welterweights met at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas to unite the welterweight title of the world. One of those welterweights is here. Before I introduce him and tell you a little bit about his background, I want to introduce Emanuel Stewart's representative, who could not be, Emanuel could not be here because he's being honored in New York today. I'd like to introduce Prentice Bird, my very dear friend, who will tell you the plan for Thomas Hearns in this upcoming event. Prentice?
Thank you. And on behalf of Emanuel Stewart and the Ascot Boxing Group, he wanted to convey his thanks to all the West Coast press, and he was happy that what everyone has done for him here. Thomas will be fighting full-fledged middleweight Marcus Giraldo. It'll be a different fight for him this time because the guy's going to come in at 160 pounds, and Thomas will probably be about 155 or so. This is a new thing for him, and we hope he can do well. Thank you.
Prentice, if you would stay up here for a moment, I'd like to make you available for questions before you sit down and before we bring on one of the two men of the hour.
Prentice, Rich Murata from KNX in LA. Does this mark the end for Thomas then as a welterweight?
It's not necessarily so. It's just being flexible. Thomas can still make the welterweight division.
Do you have an overall plan set up for the number of fights prior to getting back into the ring?
Well, we want some kind of title first before we get in the ring with Leonard.
Talking junior middleweight or middleweight
middleweight.
before you fight with Leonard again?
That's right.
Why is that?
Well, because it'll be more marketable. The fight will be more marketable in that situation. It won't be so lopsided as far as money is concerned. Any more questions?
For me, as co-promoter of this event, doing the worldwide television production and being pleased to be involved with as fine a gentleman as Mr. Cornelius, who is the promoter. You go back 10 years. 10 years ago, I had the pleasure of being the worldwide publicity director for a March 8, 1971 event. At that time, I met one of the nicest, decent men in the fight business, whom you'll be hearing later. I never thought that 10 years later, I could meet another wonderful, charming, articulate, nice man in the fight business. I want to introduce to you, in my estimation, still the welterweight champion of the world, and soon to be the middleweight champion of the world, my very dear friend, Thomas Hearns.
Thank you, Shelly. Good morning. Well, as you all know, this is something altogether different from me. Going to a much higher, bigger weight class, which a lot of people are wondering where I'll be able to make weight. Can I gain 10, 12 pounds? No, I will not be able to gain that weight. And basically, I will have to fight Marcus in the weight that I come in at. If I come in at 153, 54, I have to fight him at that weight limit. Because there's no way. I have problems picking up weight. And I try hard as I possibly can, eat everything that I can. There's no way that I can pick up 10 to 12 pounds. I might pick up 3 or 4 pounds here and there, but going any higher than that's impossible. But I'm looking very forward to this fight. I think this is a very good fight for me, which will give me a chance to move up in the division and try to fight for the middleweight championship if possible. And that way I can get another fight with Ray, which Ray plans is to be a 3-time champion, and that's from welterweight up to middleweight. And I hope that I can capture the middleweight title, so therefore we can meet again. And believe me, once we meet again, it will be totally different. It will not be a decision as what it was September 16th. I know, you know, that was not the right decision, but it's something that we have to agree with because of the referee. It do not pay to get out and argue with the referee to try to make the referee change his mind. Once the decision has been made by the referee, it's there. It's there. You cannot change your mind. So I decided not to get in there to argue with the referee. The call that he made, there's nothing I can do. I just have to go along with it and hope for next time. But if it does, if it happens to be a next time, great, forget it. Thank you.
Are there any questions? By the way, it's obvious that what is happening here, Emmanuel Stewart and Thomas Hearns have made a decision that Thomas will fight as a middleweight. And immediately upon that victory against Marcus Geraldo, he is looking for a fight with Marvin Hagler. So that basically is the plan of Emmanuel Stewart. Are there some questions, please?
Yes.
Thomas, have you looked at the tape of your fight?
Well, I prefer not to look at the tape because it brings back the memories and it makes me feel bad. It makes me want to go out and do something I really don't want to do.
But in retrospect, now you've got over a month to think about it or look at it, or do you have a feeling about what you did wrong?
But there was nothing I did wrong. I didn't feel there was anything that I did wrong. Maybe in the first few rounds, everybody makes a couple of mistakes. My mistake was sitting there trying to punch with Ray. What I should have been done is what I started to do in 7th and 8th rounds, move using the left jab, boxing. And that was my plans to do so before I went into the fight. But just as the fight began, I changed my strategy. I started to just try my punching power and see where I stand with my punching power alone. And after I got caught, I got hurt, I knew it was time for me to start moving. That's when I made my plans to switch up and I started to boxing. And since I've done that, I think that I have proven to a lot of people that I'm not the fighter that people always see me as a puncher. Now, since the fight, I've had to fight with Leonard. Now I know people know that I can't get out of boxing. Now I'm going to change my style completely. Next time you see me fight will be Marcus Geraldo. I'll be a total boxing, moving from side to side, sticking from each angle. I'll be really a totally different man. But not saying I'm giving up punches. There will be punching involved in there somewhere down the line.
Do you think that the first 5 rounds against Leonard were pretty well dominated the fight?
Pretty well dominated the fight? The fight was dominated.
But do you
No
think
question.
that gave you like a false sense of security? Or that you got careless in the six because you were so much in command?
No, I didn't feel that I did not get careless in the fight. I think that what happened was something that meant to happen and was going to happen regardless of whatever I done in the fight. Regardless if I would stayed there and tried to move and box me, I feel that it's going to happen. It had to happen because what happened was in that fight, the 6th round, I shot her 1-2, and Leonard just totally he went down under, and when he went down, his instinct just came over the left foot. I was in the range, I was like laying over. When I shot her 1-2, I was here, and Leonard like pulled out and shot her. And it was just something that happened was not able to be prevented. Yes.
Tommy, do you know what is the contract of weight stipulation for you Geraldo fights?
No, I think I have to, the weight that I probably will have to come in is probably 155. I have to be over the junior middleweight.
I'm more interested in what Geraldo is thinking.
Oh, he's probably coming in at 160. That's only middleweight.
I mean, you don't have a weight stipulation on the contract?
Yes, we do. If I may answer that, he's got to come in under the, up to and under the middleweight limit.
160.
That's right.
Any more questions?
Say again, what do you expect to weigh for this tonight's one?
Yeah, at the most 55.
Will it be
That if I can make that.
difficult for you to do that heavy?
It's going to be hard for me, but if I go out and eat a big meal before the fight, I feel that I can come up. If that don't help, you have to think of something else. Yes.
Thomas, what about going after Wilfredo Benitez's junior middleweight crown? Any thoughts there?
Well, right now we have to work on one thing at a time, and our plan is to go up to the higher weight division, which is the middleweight, and try to accomplish the championship, capture the championship there. If I capture the championship there, then I come down, and which there won't be any problem coming down. Yes.
Why skip junior middleweight? Is it because you know the range for middleweight?
Yes, that's one reason because, excuse me, that's a big reason because we want to fight again. We want to have a rematch, and we feel that that's the only way that we can get a rematch from the fight, going up and trying to capture the championship that he wants. I think once we can capture that, we will have a problem getting a rematch. Only way we will have, and the only way I see that we'll have a problem is when they decide to get boxing up.
Well, sure, we have a pretty good puncher. Marvin Hagler is a great puncher. The question is, can Thomas Hearns take a great punch?
Was you at the fight? Do you think I can take a good punch?
Thanks so much for the pleasure.
Well, I'm not expecting to take any shots from Marvin Hagler. No, really, bombs from Hagler. If any way possible, I'll be doing all that I possibly can to stay away.
Any more questions? And afterwards, we'll do some one-on-ones. This fight poses a most unique problem from the Bahamas. There has never been a telecast live out of the Bahamas because of various and sundry problems. In order to solve this, Satellite Sports, which is the producer, my new company, along with my partner Phil Gillen, had to search out whom we feel is the most qualified and competent technical facilities company, not just in the United States, but in the world for this purpose. We sought out Videotape Enterprises of Los Angeles, VTE, and its president, whom I'll introduce in a second, the man who was one of the three who originally designed the mobile unit, which has revolutionized all of our sportscasting since the day one of television. With great pleasure, introduce my friend and associate, Mr. Claire Higgins.
Thank you very much, Shelley. That was a heck of an introduction. We are going to tackle, this is going to be a very tough job. We're going to fly a portable up-leg, 15 satellite. We're going to ship all our equipment in barges. And Shelley and I are going down next Monday to survey things and see how it's going to work. And we expect to deliver to the world some beautiful pictures, some good coverage from all around the islands to show you just what it's like there. We'll do our best. Thank you.
It's a wonderful fight card over and above the Ali fight and the Thomas Hearns fight. We are indeed pleased and privileged to have on the card Gato Gonzalez, the upcoming lightweight, against Johnny Lira, and also the #1 WBA rated heavyweight in the world against Scott LeDoux, who everybody knows is a hard puncher and a very, very fine ranked fighter. At this point, I'd like to introduce the #1 WBA rated heavyweight in the world, Greg Page. Greg?
Good morning. I'm kind of sorry that I'm late because I overslept. Butch told me he was coming out to see what was going on and he left me in the room to sleep. So, you know, they say all good speakers always come late. So shoot your best shot.
Greg, are you ready now, you think?
Yes, I am, because the last fight, I had too many things in my mind. Like I had too many problems, my father died, and a couple other things. So now things have now come around. It's time for me to do my job, to take off where he left off. Just a little humor there, champ. I told you I'd get you back, didn't I?
You don't think you need any more seasoning? Are you ready for a title shot now?
Well, you know, I'm not in a hurry to jump into anything like that. But if it comes off, I'll be ready for it. Like, I can bring myself up to date for any fight. But the last fight was a fight that, you know, had to be excused, that too many problems. But now things are coming around. Larry Holmes is fighting Snipes. Cooney's getting ready to get a fight with Larry. And then after that, then I'll be in line for a fight. So, you know, like I said when I was an amateur, like when I was trying to fight Cooney as an amateur, you only can run so far. Now we're into the same league. The only thing you can do now is either retire or just give up fighting altogether.
Any other questions?
I know all you people came to ask questions. I know you just didn't come to watch. You know, I know that for sure.
Yes.
I guess kept that in mind.
I guess so.
And a momentous thing, thank you, Greg. A momentous occasion on this fight card is the fact that they look a lot alike, as a matter of fact. Only one wears a mustache. Is the fact that Greg Page is a young man who has emulated Ali for years, and they both come from Louisville, Kentucky, and I believe this is the first time that you're both on the same card. Is that correct? First time. Now, we have another great heavyweight, and he is the man who is a Canadian heavyweight champion. He's ranked #7 in the world. And believe me, if Muhammad Ali or anybody decided to step into a ring, they could not have picked a tougher opponent than this young man, Trevor Berbick. Trevor?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Privileged to be here, taking part in this extra special show. It's going to be in the Bahamas.
Are there any questions of Trevor?
Trevor, any chance that you could be awed by the specter of fighting Muhammad Ali, a legend at this time?
Well, you all know more than I do. It's very hard to fight a man like Muhammad Ali. The fact that he's a legend, he's a genius in the ring, and say it, he have done it, and I'm a young man who is out there to prove that I have a chance. I'm going to fight the greatest, and I'm looking forward for a good show, and it's going to be a good fight.
What do you think you learned from your home fight that you can apply to this?
Well, I've learned a few things. Capable of boxing, learning, and staying there, and looking good and hoping for a win. The fact that British Commonwealth champion, you know, it doesn't mean much when it comes to America. I spend most of my time over here. Got to go back and forth to Canada. because it suits me best. But after this fight, I intend to reside in California, and where my family is, and I think it'll be better for me, my career, win or lose. So that's what I intend to do.
Any more questions, John?
Yeah. Would you be content, Trevor, with a close decision victory over Ali, if you can manage that, or are you going to go for a knockout? Why would you want to be a...
Well, I'm going to take whatever I can get. Definitely. You know, you go in there, you fighter, and you try, whatever you comes up with, you got to be thankful that you came true. Huh? So I definitely going to, be happy whatever I comes up with, Ali's been training. He didn't train hard for the home fight, didn't do this, didn't do that, and didn't look good and everything like that. But I know he's ready for this fight. He's trained. I'll be happy whatever I comes up with,
So you said in a world championship fight, if Ali beat you, did he call himself the world champion of Canada?
Well, it definitely would be champion of 45 different territories in the Commonwealth. And for sure, one of the world champions will have to fight in Weaver or Holmes or Kuhn, whoever have it then. We'll have to fight the man, so it'll be a big showdown.
Any more questions? Thank you, Trevor.
It's actually ironic that I stand here today as co-promoter of this event, involved with this fine gentleman, Mr. Canillas, who is the promoter. Because 15 years ago, when I first met and admired and had a lot of fun and a lot of miles with Muhammad Ali, I felt, boy, this was as I feel about Thomas today, this was something very, very special. And then when we did that first fight in Madison Square Garden, he was dynamite. And in my book, he still won. And when they said Ali's coming back again, I was skeptical. I said, Ali is now 39, going on 40 years of age. Why? But for all of you who are skeptics, Muhammad Ali is somebody special. He has taken this fight seriously. He is training very, very hard. And for you reporters who want proof of his health, if there's any question, we even have the doctor's reports. But we don't need all that, because on December 11th, you will see the man himself prove once again, or try to prove, because Trevor's bigger than me, once again, that Muhammad Ali justly deserves the appellation given to him years ago, the greatest. Ladies and gentlemen, Muhammad Ali.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank all concerned for coming out and supporting this press conference. I was talking to Mr. Cornelius and some of the arrangers of this event. I think that it's going to be a bad press conference because this is the worst time in the world to have press conference. A few minutes before the Dodgers have a parade. I said, ain't nobody going to be there. I was surprised. Thank you all for coming. Many people want to know, why am I doing this? Champion, why? I say, why? Because it is there. Why did we go to the moon? Because it's there. We're not satisfied. Now we're mapping out a plan to Mars. Why? Why Mars? Ain't the moon far enough? Mars, because it's there, and there's a possibility and a chance of us reaching it. Why am I coming back? Because it's there. He's there. And he can be got. And the 4-time championship can be got. But we've defeated already so many critics. We defeated so many promoters, so many governors, so many boxing commissioners. Already we see victory. When America, when the power structure of this boxing country When they say no, we close the doors, you're finished. But they forgot, they said no to Muhammad Ali. They said no to the greatest of all time. And they retired me. Now, after all I've done for boxing, fighters can ask $10 million. We want $12 million. Give us $5 million. Couldn't even get $1 million till I started raising prices and making people come to boxing. All of a sudden, they're going to retire me, the professor of boxing, the prophet of boxing, the resurrector of boxing. You going to tell me I'm through? Some flat-booty commissioner, ain't no shape, can't throw a left jab, gonna tell me I'm through. It ain't no matter what people say that makes a problem right or wrong. It's what do you think? I know I'm not through. They say I'm old. Do I look old to you? I know I'm pretty. But let me tell you something. I love controversy. Don't tell me no. You tell me no, I can't do it, I say you're lying. When I first came on the scene with Sonny Liston, my friend Greg was a little boy then, you know. Greg, you was a little boy too then. They say, can't do it. Sonny Liston knocked out floor Patterson twice and one round. He'll kill the kid. Came in, stopped Liston, stayed on the stool, wouldn't get up. His trainer said, son, in the bedroom. He said, my mama didn't raise no food. I'm standing on the stool. Then you know the rest. Vietnam fight, resist the draft. Said it was unjust war, wasn't right. I was a bad nigga then. Later I turned out right, made a good judgment, but war turned out wrong. Joe Frazier come back, got knocked down. All 3 years knocked out, and after that fought Norton, got my jaw broke. They knew it was finished. Norton broke his jaw. Frazier knocked him out. All 3 years, he's through. Came back, got Frazier 2 more times, got Norton 2 more times. Then come Leon Spinks. Fight went some 15 rounds, did the rope-a-dope. I thought he would run out of gas. So he's 24 years old, I'm 36, 37. Says, I'm not going to get out there with this young man and dance and try to match speed. I'm going to lay there and then work stuff out and then get it. Round 1, round 2, round 8, still going. He tired, maybe round 9 and be tired. Still didn't get tired. Had to catch up. I thought it ran out of gas, but it didn't. So I lost the fight. So I told him, I'm coming back. Now you're through now. After all that happened, it's over. I went to my training camp, chopped trees. I said, I'm coming back dancing. I'm not through. He said, you're finished. Came back, danced 15 rounds. Larry home. Came out, went from 251 to 217 and a half in 8 weeks. Lost weight, quit eating sugar, quit eating salt, no energy, couldn't fight around. Lost the fight. Now they know I'm finished, right? So here I stand today. They told me I couldn't get licensed. We got licensed. We got it first in Columbus, South Carolina, of all places. They told me we couldn't get an opponent. We got an opponent. So this, who you want to fight, champ? Him, my manager, Don King, all promoters tried to give me a couple of warm-ups. Champ, you gone on 40. You've been off a year. Take Franco Thomas or LeDoux or somebody to warm up. I said, no, I'm too great to go out fighting bums. Suppose I go fight a Joe Blow and he look good, I look bad, and I see him there, Howard Cosell. It is a shame. Muhammad Ali was so great at one time. Who would think he would stoop so low to fight nobody? Look at this great man now, scuffle against the law. So I said, find me the baddest man next to Holmes. Who's the bad? He said, Trevor Berbick. I said, what? Who's he? I really didn't know him. Trevor, from Canada. Canada, Canadian. I said, I don't fight no white fighters. See, he white? I said, from Canada, ain't white? He is black, black, black. I said, yeah. So we saw film him fighting Holmes. He was on Holmes. He had Holmes shook up, stopped Holmes' knockout record. He was putting whooping on and talking to him, said, come on, Larry. Come on, Larry. Bop, bop, bop. Man, don't talk to me like that, please. don't have me in the regular language. That thing is a fit. Please be serious. Anyway, he gave Holmes all hell. I mean, he gave Holmes hell. I said, I want him. Get him. My manager, they said, you're crazy. You don't have to prove nothing. I said, I don't want to fight 2 or 3 people, train as hard as I am for this fight. Then they say fight bums. Give me the best man you can. So here you are. I want to thank you for fighting me under the pressure that you've been under. I want to thank you. I hope you've enjoyed your career. I'm working awful hard, and all I want to say is I'll be dancing. Butch Lewis? Is Butch here? Yeah. I'll be dancing. You'll be dancing. Anyway, question. I know you got a couple. Didn't mean to take so long.
Muhammad, you beat Trevor Berbick. Would you like to fight Joe Frazier again?
Yeah, I beat Trevor Berbick.
How about a 4th fight?
Frazier's too old. He's 4 years younger now. Too old. No, not Frazier. My plans are to do as good as I can. Like you said, brother, take whatever I can get, and then stay in condition. And I know people, this country is ran by money. Whoever can put their hands in the seats. See, the reason I'm still so powerful, I still draw. People know me. I deserve another chance. You can't stop me. I have to go to Russia, draw. Indonesia, England, wherever I go, I can go. So I'm a little too powerful for them to stop me because they don't think I should fight or don't like my religion or don't like me or whatever. They can't stop me because I still draw too much money, too good. I know that. So after this fight, I would like to, if I'm ranked number 4, then I'll just sit back and let the lawyers negotiate. Add more seats to the biggest arena they got. Because it will be terrible when I come back for the 4th time. Look, boxing was 120 years before a man won it twice. Floyd Patterson. And remember Shelley? That's big news. 2-time world heavyweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, they ever seen in boxing, they never come back until I broke them. But after 2-time champion looks so great, 4-time champion is just impossible. So see, when I was young, I could do the difficult. But now that I'm older, the impossible will take a little while. Question.
A lot of people might wonder how necessary this fight is for you financially. You need the money.
I don't need them. I always need money. Rolls Royce trying to stop sell cars. And I'm not trying to stop making money. But I would live without the money. But if I was just going for money, then I wouldn't have no faith in myself that I could actually do what I'm planning. I could get hurt. I can go out looking bad for life. So the money can't pay for my pride, my name, my image in boxing, how people look at me. So I wouldn't do it just for the money. But I'm gonna be the first black image that nobody can top. See, you white people have a way of brainwashing the world. Jesus Christ, he's a white man. It's established. The world sees Jesus a white man, blonde and blue eyes. The Lord's Supper, everybody's white. No black angels. No black people sitting at the table. No Chinese or Cubans eating dinner. All white folks go on. So that brainwash, that's established. People believe that's the Lord's Supper. We brainwash the world. See, what I'm doing is bigger bucks. I didn't mean to get into this. Tarzan, king of Africa. White man, king of the jungle. You got the world believing Tarzan, king of Africa. You telling us that the white man is the king of the jungle. Wonder Woman white. Superman white. Batman white. What color Incredible Hulk? Green. Then you got the White House cigars, White Swan soap, White House. I'm drinking White Christmas, Angel Food Cake White, Death Food Cake Chocolate. Mary Little and Phoenix White Snow, Snow White. White Tornado Float. White tornado? Is that a white tornado? Tornadoes are black, you can see them coming. White tornado. So I'm serious. I'm telling you what's in my mind, not the money. Just the idea of coming up and doing something that all the white people say can't be done. And then to be bigger than Superman. To be bigger than Batman, to be bigger than Wonder Woman. All the white images, now we have a black image, super of all of it. In real life, your images are made up fake images. Here's a real image. Bigger than World Series. I'll be bigger than Super Bowl. I'll be bigger than everything you can make up. That's what I'm shooting for. Then I go around preaching, uniting, listen. We got too many motivations. Too many black people, white too, give up too easy. People go, crime is a big problem in the cities. Black people, no jobs. Can't persevere, can't wait for jobs, don't want to do, just give up too easy. Somebody's wife or husband leave them, they're sick, kill themselves, get ulcers, get cancer. Instead of going out and find another one, they go crazy. See, people need motivation. You tell me I can't do it. You make me want to do it. You tell me I'm through. You make me run 20 more miles. Man, I'm ready. I got the whole world where I want them. I got all of you where I want you. I got the whole stage set. I love this. Don't tell me I can't do it. Then I do it. Tell me, first fight with the Sphinx. He'll win. Gas had 4 fights, 8 fights. I lost. Couldn't train for it. First Norton fight. Oh, knew Norton. Nobody knew Norton. I'm a joker. First face fight. Sentimental fate because of the draft. Lost. Tell me I can't do it like George Foreman. Tell me I can't do it like a Saga Sphinx fight. Tell me I can't do it like a Norton fight. Tell me I can't beat the Vietnam War case and got to go to jail. Tell me I can't be a black Muslim, change my name in a white man's country, and that made me do it. I love controversy. I love drama. Tell me I can't. This is a perfect set. I got all the suckers set up. All the suckers are set up. Oh, I'm so happy now. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude the press conference, I'd like Greg Page and Thomas Hearns and Trevor Berbick to come up here to the middle with Muhammad Ali. We'd like to pose a picture of the 4 principals. Ali.
put somebody between.
You want Thomas pulling him apart? All right, Thomas, you pull him apart. You in the middle. You guys. Fist up.
Berbick here. And then you just pull him back.
Okay, pull him back. Okay, you're pulling him back. You guys pull him back.
Berbick over here.
Right facing Ali. Fist up.
Berbick.
He keep doing it.
Holding him. Like you're pulling him apart. There. All right, now you're pulling him apart. There it is.
Did you call me a nigga? Nigga, did you call me a nigga? He called me black. Who you call black?
All right, is that enough, fellas? Okay, one more.
Black is beautiful. Don't give me that stuff. I want to thank you all for coming this morning. I know you got deadlines. I'm going to take 1 second to tell you that Select TV will be involved, very much involved, in promoting or selling and giving to our subscribers the best boxing events possible. We have signed an exclusive agreement with Satellite Sports Limited to do the sales of all their future events, and I hope they're great. Thanks again. Black is beautiful. Don't give me that crap.
Excuse me. Ellie. Let me get out of here.
Another fellow Canadian. Like it a bit.
Yeah, we finished. Did you want to finish? Okay.
Leaving tomorrow. Speaking up.
Thank you very much.
Kim, I want you to remember how you got expelled from the ring.
Let's smoke the pot, man.
Thank you.
Good.
Keeping the roll up.
Yeah, okay. Come on.
You got it?
Yeah,
Oh, all right. Let me get next.
yeah, right on the side. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Bill, get in there.
All right.
Wow. The world needs no introduction. I'm standing with, in my estimation, the greatest welterweight of all time, Thomas Hearns. Thomas, you lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. What is in the cards for you now?
Well, right now I'm not going to think about the loss that I suffered with Leonard. Right now I'm going to go on and try to do much better, look much better. Right now, Shelly, I could say you, in the makings now, you're going to see a much bigger, better, and being more confident than ever now. You see confidence in my earlier fights. I always have a lot of total confidence in myself. But now I'm coming in altogether different now. I'm coming in with a new style, Shelly. I'm going back a few years now. I'm going back into when I was a boxer around 1974, 75. I'm just come out being a strictly boxer.
Thomas, strictly boxing, but you're fighting Marcos Geraldo, the Mexican middleweight champ, and I emphasize the word middleweight, who went a tough 10 rounds with Marvin Hagler and lost on a disputed split decision. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think that's great. I like to fight the top line. I feel that fighting Marvin Hagler and fighting Marcos Geraldo and knowing that Marcus did go 10 tough rounds with Hagler, and it was a very close fight. Now, I think that if I get in there and look good and take care of the fight, take care of Marcus Gerardo like I'm supposed to, I don't think that I'm going to have any problem when I make my move to go up to the middleweight class to fight Marvin Hagler.
But isn't this a danger? Everybody knows you would have a big, huge pay night with Sugar Ray Leonard. Aren't you jeopardizing your future by doing this, Thomas?
No. By doing this, I think that I'm helping my future. I think that if I go on and confidence to middleweight title, I think that I will get a much better fight with Leonard. But right now, if I stay down in the welterweight division and not being active at all, it would not be much of a fight.
In other words, you're saying that as middleweight champion, you would be the one challenged and Ray would be the challenger.
Right, definitely.
Thank you very much. The International, Thomas Hearns.
Thank you, Shelly.
Thank you.
Well, people ask me, why are you fighting, champ? Why do you want it 4 times? Ain't 3 times enough? I asked America, why did they go to the moon? Ain't the moon enough? Why are they going to Mars? Because it's there. Why am I fighting for the title 4 times? Because it's there. Am I aware of people calling the fight a farce? They call many of my fights farce. The Frazier come back. They thought I couldn't do it. After he knocked me down and beat me. The Ken Norton broke my jaw, came back. Bad George Foreman, couldn't nobody beat it, I came back. First fight with Sonny Liston couldn't be done. People's minds are too small. Well, who don't need money? Well, tell the Rockefeller Foundation he don't need money. He's still getting money. Ford's still making money. Rolls-Royce still making money. Everybody wants to make money. I'm not doing it just for the money. If I was doing it just for money, I wouldn't have faith in myself, probably figure I couldn't win, go out and be hurt. No, money is good, but it's not just for the money. I went there about 240, fighting at the hotel about 233. I gotta be heavy. I have to face it. The teens, it's too light. That's when I was a kid, a teenager myself. Bones are heavy, and I don't have no energy. I was too light when I fought Holmes. I couldn't win 1 round. I have to get myself sharp and strong and with weight. About 233, 235 won't hurt me, as long as I'm in shape. I'm not making excuses. I think it helped me because I didn't win a round. I was too weak. I didn't throw it. People. This is why the woman retired. They think that was the best I could do. If that was the best I could do, I should retire. That was not the best I could do. I know I can do much better, but I have to have some energy. I fought Joe Bugner at 230. I fought Mac Foster at 230. 10, 12 years ago. Fought 15 rounds. I had energy. See, in a 15-round fight, we can lose 8 to 10 pounds that night. And if I weigh 217, I have no weight energy to burn. I went to UCLA Medical Center and got on all the machines, kidney, brain, thyroid, urine, blood, all kind of tests. 3 days. They says, Dr. Donopoulos, he says, A1. Then if that wasn't enough, I went to UCLA Medical Center, Dr. Cope. Check out UCLA Medical Center. Dr. Cope laid on all kind of machines, checked everything again. Okay. Then I went to Mayo Clinic, the boss of all clinics, Mayo, stayed 2 days, A1. Well, they got all kind of rumors out. I'm not in shape. I got brain damage. Do I sound like I have brain damage? You've been talking to me. I'm handling your questions. Didn't I tell you before this interview, don't show me no questions? The man brought the questions over to me and says, prepare yourself. I said, no, catch me off guard. Ain't that true? That's true. All right, take them. Show what kind of brain damage I got. I got more sense than anybody. Who can handle you like I'm handling you now? Brain damage. What's your question? I got him fighting Larry Holmes, his best fight, and the fight that brought him into prominence, John Tate. I will eat him up. Well, he don't rank with Joe Frazier. He don't rank with George Foreman. He don't rank with Leon Spinks. Spinks was young and fast, light, 198 pounds. This man's 215. He's slow to Spinks. He don't rank with Henry Cooper. He's not as good as Cleveland Williams, nothing like Sonny Liston or George Foreman. This, in my heyday, this have been a picnic. Dancing all night, sticking and moving and dancing. Over here, pop, pop, pop. Oh, yeah, I'm over here, pop. I'm over here. Why are you over there? I'm over here. Nothing now. I'm over here. Why are you over there? Man, all night, on my toes. 40, all of you 40-year-old men are gonna be proud after this fight. All you old men, they tell you you're 40 and you think you're finished and you washed up. As they say, life begins at 40 if you live right. In my fast, man, before I left the Bahamas last week to test my speed, I cut the light off in the bedroom. I hit the switch. I was in bed before the room was dark. In my fast, I'm gonna call him and see if he wanna come, but let him know to keep his conscience clear. If he think I'm gonna be hurt or he might get pressure for ill-advised me, I want him to stay out. I don't want nobody around who doubt. My plan to dance. Dance. In and out. Build points. Ain't got for 10 rounds. Win 6 good rounds on all judges' cards in my fight. How my wife feel? She wish I don't. But she's with me if I'm gonna do it. But she wish I don't. She tried to talk me out of it, but it's impossible. I shall rest a few days, and if we can't get a title shot in the next 6 months, I'll take on another top contender. Stay active. Well, if is a hell of a word. If had $1 billion, I'd be a billionaire. If you was handsome, you wouldn't be ugly. If. So I don't think like that. That'd be disaster to lose. I never really come across my mind. I just can't imagine me losing. No, man. I ran 6 miles this morning. I'm getting trimmed. I'm in shape. I'm the same Ali, fast as I ever was. I had a bad night with Holmes. I was just sick that night. I know I can still go. I wouldn't embarrass myself and my family, my whole image, my religion, and go out getting hurt. I love myself more than you do. How can people care more about me than me? I analyze this whole thing. I'm gonna win. I'm still ready. I'm ready. No, ain't that something? Whose idea was it? Like, I'm dumb and somebody talked me into it and I don't wanna do it and they push me to the gym every day, push me to run every day. Man, it's my idea.
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it. Clap your hands. Be sharp. Change your angle. Give him that hey, hey. Come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the